Hey everybody, how are you today? So I'm Sarah. I haven't been on Instagram Live for a little while, but I wanted to follow up on my post this week, which was all about the allyship journey. So if you identify as an LGBTQ plus ally, I was really asking you on my post, I think it was Wednesday, to think about where are you on that allyship journey. And I talked about, hi Julia, I talked about the fact that the way I like to look at allyship, and it's just one way of looking at it, but it is kind of like a journey of awareness, understanding, moving into feeling confident to take action as an ally. How can you support greater inclusion and equality for the LGBTQ plus community? Hey, Megs. And then really moving into, being a powerful advocate for change, supporting the LGBTQ plus community in any way you can, and how I find it really useful and thought-provoking as well to look at it as a journey. So I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday, I put a post up on my grid and I talked about the new ally, the everyday ally, and then the super ally, and what do those different steps, if you like, on getting towards being, an even more powerful, even better, effective ally for the LGBTQ plus community look like. And so today I wanted to come on live and talk to you about, once you sort of got a sense of where you are in your allyship journey, what are the sorts of actions that you can take at each of those stages, to give you some food for thought, really. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, either now as you're watching live, or I'm going to post this on my grid, so please add in the comments. But I guess my thoughts around this in terms of if you're in the early stages of being an LGBTQ plus ally, so you're really supportive, you absolutely want to be an ally, but you're not always sure or comfortable or confident to know what to do or how to do it. What does allyship look like, and you're still learning that. So some of the things that I would suggest or invite you to think about are: recognize your own bias, right? So recognize the societal beliefs, I suppose, and the societal norms that you've grown up with. The fact that in our society, straight is the norm. Being straight, being cisgender is recognised as the only established norm, the only acceptable norm in many places, in many people's sort of beliefs, So recognise your own bias. Thank you for the love hearts, whoever they're coming from. Learn more about the history of the LGBTQ plus community, and learn about the issues and the challenges and the law and the legislation that discriminates right now against LGBTQ plus people. And if you feel comfortable to do so, and you might always feel slightly uncomfortable, but address misinformed opinion with fact. So learn enough to be able to do that. So that's if you are identifying and you feel that you're a new ally, right? And then we've got the everyday ally. So this is for people who feel that you've learned a lot. You've learned a lot about the LGBTQ plus challenges, discrimination, and some of the history, where we've come from. And you do take action. You are taking action. You are calling people in, and that's the language I'm liking to use at the moment, rather than calling people out, calling people in for a conversation. If you hear somebody who is, unless they are being deliberately hateful and harmful and homophobic, biphobic, transphobic, then that's a different situation. But calling people in for that conversation and finding out, where are they getting this skewed, untrue perspective from, perhaps, and helping them to be more aware and helping them to raise, to kind of develop their understanding about what the truth is around the LGBTQ plus community. So, yeah, and uplifting and supporting LGBTQ plus businesses, communities, and people who are out there, really powerful change makers out there, really being able to support them by following them on social media, by pointing other people in the direction of those educators that can help them develop their understanding of what it's going to take to actually achieve equality and inclusion for the LGBTQ plus community. And yeah, speak out, support LGBTQ plus people, and openly and actively express your support for equality and inclusion, and bring that into your businesses. And that's more than sharing your pronouns. Have a look at some of my posts if you want some ideas about what you can do. Also, I've got an inclusion guide. It's free. You can download that. Link in my bio. I'm probably bored of me saying that, but yeah, the link is in my bio for that inclusion guide, and that will give you some ideas about what you can do right now. Very simple things you can start doing straight away to be an effective ally. And then the third stage, if you like, or the third type of ally is the super ally, as I call them. So these are people who are really at the forefront of advocating and fighting for LGBTQ plus equality. And they are self-identifying, proudly self-identifying as allies in all aspects of their lives. It's high on their agenda, and I think one of the most powerful things you can do, especially if you are a straight cisgender person, is use your privilege and your platform to actively initiate conversations about equality. That is one of the most powerful things you can do, because you are using your voice to help other people understand what it takes to be a great ally, an effective ally, and really, the impact you can have, the ripple effect you can have in your communities is absolutely massive. Hey, Kirsty. Kirsty is a great example of this. Because you are a leader in your space, and people can learn from you. It doesn't mean that queer people like me need to do all of the explaining, advocating, fighting, we can't do it on our own. The LGBTQ plus community needs our allies if we're ever going to achieve the equality and the inclusion and, eliminate the discrimination and the oppression and the marginalisation that is happening everywhere. What else for the super allies? So, I think, really take action on the legislation and the issues and the challenges and the struggles that are happening out there all the time. There's lots of opportunities to get involved. Right now, the government is consulting on conversion therapy in the UK. Consulting on conversion therapy, like consulting on whether we should ban it. I mean, I'm like, why are they consulting? But there's, that is out there now that you can get involved with. You can be part of that. And really, we need to ban it as soon as possible. And that's just one example. So I wanted to, just give you some ideas about what you can do wherever you are on that allyship journey, what action you can take right now to be a better ally, to be a more effective ally. Thank you for listening. It's been great to be back on Instagram Live, and I will catch you all very soon. Have a fantastic day. Thank you, allies. I love you. You are so, so needed and appreciated. Please keep doing it.